Behind me are 9 names of people that were enslaved by President George Washington. You can see that Oney Judge's name is here. Hi, I'm Audrey. Welcome back to the Novel Tourist. We are here at Independence Hall and we are going on the Badass Women's History Tour. Before the tour we read My Name is Oney Judge, but by the end of this tour I'm going to tell you 5 other books that you can read that will reflect history here in Philadelphia and amazing women. But first, meet the crew, the Novel Tourist Book Club members here in Philadelphia. If you're local, you should absolutely be sitting at this table. I put a link in the description to find us. After discussing the paired book, we walked straight into history. It's March, Women's History Month, and we came here with a very specific mission. Independence Visitor Center, right in the heart of Old City, is where Rebecca from Beyond the Bell Tours met us. Beyond the Bell specializes in the stories that don't always make it onto the standard tour, and on this particular day, that was exactly what we were here for. Our first stop is President's House, where George Washington lived when Philadelphia was the nation's capital. This is the foundation of the actual house, where the household work happened. 9 enslaved people lived and worked here while Washington was president. One of them was Oney Judge. I came here in February before our tour because I'd heard that the exhibits about slavery and the enslaved people who lived here had been removed, taken down following a federal executive order. A lawsuit followed. By the time I brought the club in March, some exhibits had been restored, and in a few places, Philadelphians had reclaimed the space themselves. Some things couldn't be taken down, although maybe one of them should have been corrected. Behind me are 9 names of people that were enslaved by President George Washington. You can see that Oney Judge's name is here at the bottom. Can I get to it? Can I get to it? It's right there. You can see there it says Oney. And if you read the book, My Name is Oney Judge, you'll understand the difference between the name Oney and the name Oney. George Washington called her Oney Judge, and so that's what was in all of his papers. So in all federal properties, you'll see that she's referred to as Oney Judge. But outside of federal properties, historians make it clear that her name is Oney. And in fact, in an interview that she did towards the end of her life, she clearly self-identified herself as Oney Judge. There's another book that I thought you might be interested in reading. It's this one. It's called Never Caught. And this is nonfiction, literary nonfiction. It's a great story about Oney Judge and the story of her escaping from the Washington family.
He finds Oney Judge and he approaches her in New Hampshire and he tries to convince her to come back. Okay, so a recreation of the smokehouse where 2 of the enslaved men slept. And we have quotes from prominent Black thought leaders here, including 2 women. Now Frances comes here Standing on the very ground from which Oney made her escape gave me a physical connection to everything I'd read. Interestingly, her name is on a Pennsylvania state historical marker right across the street from the president's house, spelled exactly the way she said it herself. I'm always getting lost from the group because I'm so busy recording everything here. Oh my gosh, it's so great. But anyway, here's the book. Back behind us is where we were at the president's house, and it's right across from Independence Hall. This is the book that I was talking about. Forgot to hold it up before. My Name is Oney Judge. Our next stop is the Curtis Publishing Building in Washington Square, once home to Ladies' Home Journal and the Saturday Evening Post. And inside is one of Philadelphia's most stunning hidden treasures. This is The Dream Garden, a Maxfield Parrish glass mosaic mural made from over 100,000 pieces of hand-cut iridescent glass. Parrish painted the original. Louis Comfort Tiffany's studio executed it in glass. Completed in 1916, it depicts an idyllic landscape that looks like it came straight out of a dream. But Parrish wasn't the only artist with a dream. 3 women known as the Red Rose Girls, celebrated illustrators of the era, filled the pages of the biggest publications in America and even the interiors of the state capitol building in Harrisburg, and almost nobody knows their names today. The Plastic Club, the oldest women's art club in America, founded right here in Philadelphia in 1897, is where the Red Rose Girls exhibited their work. And the book that tells their full story is the nonfiction book, The Red Rose Girls by Alice Carter. Our next stop was Pennsylvania Hospital, the oldest hospital in the United States. In the 1800s, female medical students demanded the right to observe surgeries here, the same surgeries their male counterparts attended as a matter of course. The men in that amphitheater had very strong feelings about that.
No, the men lose their minds. They scream at them, they spit at them. This becomes known as the jeering episode of 1869. I didn't make that name up. That's
What episode?
the jeering episode. J-E-E-R, jeering.
Women in White Coats by Olivia Campbell. That pairs really well with going to Pennsylvania Hospital. It's about women who were first getting into medicine in the 1800s and the challenges that they faced.
Now we're stepping into the heart of Philadelphia's Gayborhood, where the very streets celebrate a legacy of defiance. First up, Barbara Giddings Way. She's the mother of LGBTQ liberation who picketed City Hall back when it was a crime just to be yourself. And then Gloria Cazares. She was a powerhouse who went from grassroots activist to the city's first director of LGBTQ affairs. The Philly Pride Visitor Center isn't just a place for maps and brochures, it's a tribute to the pioneers who turned this neighborhood into a sanctuary. It's the perfect place to soak in the history of the badasses who made the city of brotherly love a lot more inclusive for everyone.
Barbara Giddings, gay pioneer, a woman who changed Philadelphia, changed psychiatry, and has, as you saw on the tour, a street named after her just a few blocks away. The last one I have to mention is a book that doesn't exist but should exist. Hannah Calloway Penn, who we met at the very beginning of this tour, is the woman who ran Philadelphia ran the colony, Pennsylvania, for 14 years and still does not have a biography. Somebody needs to write that book. We came here today to read one book about one woman's escape to freedom, but we were left with thinking about all the ways that women have been trying to simply exist on their own terms, to heal, to love, to create, to just be in this city, on these streets, for over 250 years. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed the tour and have a couple new books to add to your TBR. And if you're in Philly, go take the walking tour with Beyond the Bell Tours. Get Rebecca or Joey. They are almost tripped. But wear good shoes so you don't fall, and get Rebecca or Joey to give you a great tour. Because life should be as fun as fiction. See you in the next chapter.